not accommodate everyone.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, Mayor, councillors, we need to tender an apology. Our sound system became defect, and the Kutsi's auto Superman tried his best to get it fixed for the time when the meeting started, but unfortunately, we were not able to see that the fault that we have is that as you can see, the lights work, but the translator won't be able to translate the folders on that side. So, Speaker, if it is fine, I will request all the councillors to conduct themselves in English due to the technical fault. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Eben. A very reasonable request from the municipal managers. Everybody comfortable that for the purpose of this meeting, we will speak English. Can I get an indication? Thank you so much. To the executive mayor, members of the mayoral committee and all councillors present, hearty welcome. Municipal manager, our directors online, to our legal representatives and the administration, thank you very much and welcome to the special council meeting. I have not received any apology from any councillor, and I believe that everyone is present. Municipal manager, is there any apologies from the administration?
Thanks, Speaker. Yes, the Director for Community Services had a problem with the mouth. She had to go to the dentist. So we need to have an apology. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. We have an apology for the Director of Community Services. Then, councillors, in terms of the disclosure of interest, in terms of Schedule 1, Code of Conduct for Councillors, in terms of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act 2000, any councillor at this point who would like to disclose anything in terms of the point of the agenda? No such indication. Then in terms of disclosure of benefits, in terms of Schedule 2, Section 5, Code of Conduct for Officials of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act 2000, any indication at this stage? There's no indication as such, then I will now proceed with the agenda for the meeting. 2095. This Councillor Murat will proceed.
Still clarity in terms of the rule of order. Supposed to follow the article treat this time, but this one was only on the 16th. Last time, it doesn't any explanation regarding that.
Thank you very much, Councillor Buddha. I also received a similar inquiry from another councillor, which I responded to, and I would like to ask the municipal manager, because in terms of the rules, the councillor is correct. The agenda should go out.
Yeah, because I can just make it over to state. These are normally it can go out, but I think we can speak on the correction. We have 48 hours before the time to foresee, give the agendas to councils. It's a courtesy that we always try our best to do it in time. But in this case, with the press for time, Speaker, I don't know if Mr. Stein wants to add anything.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stein. Would you like to respond?
Yes, thank you, Speaker. It's not the normal circumstances, so exceptional circumstances can be done in this way.
Thank you very much, Councillor Buddha. That's information acceptable. Thank you so much. We now proceed with the first item on our agenda. Can I please ask anyone to kindly switch off their cell phone? We are on page 2095, item B290, the election of Deputy Executive Mayor. We have the recommendation in terms of Schedule 3 of the Local Government Municipal Structures Act, number 117 of 1998. I I now call for nominations. As in terms of the process for this item, Mr. Kutsia will be the responsible official who will have the nomination forms. So if anybody can just kindly indicate if you would like to have a form, Mr. Kutsia will come to the front. Please put up your hand if you wish to indicate that you have a form for a nomination. There's a hand there. Is there any other hands from the floor? No. They at the back, Mr. Kutsia, the councillor at the back. Thank you so much, councillor. Mr. Kutsia, proceed with handing the nomination form. Thank you, Mr. Kutsia. You may now proceed with the nominations so that the form is filled in correctly.
Question: would you build a website for a major brand with more than 200 million users?
Before I go on, just to mention, meeting options has now appeared here. You can now change your meeting settings without going out to a web browser like we did before, which was always weird. But let's keep on topic. You see now, full screen's appeared on the list. Great news. Let's click it. Okay, that's not full screen. So, we're back to, we've lost the idle bar, but we've lost my Windows navigation, but I've still got the video tray. The contents here is clearly significantly smaller than full screen. That's not all though. I can still, you see, even though I'm on full screen, I can still choose focus as well. That's not full.
Sind so viel. Die werden uns verändern. Das sind Fehler.
Councillors, I have received 2 nominations, both completed forms. We have received a nomination for Councillor Tuaza, and we have 2 signatures in terms of the country. So received a nomination for Councillor Payment. This is the 2 nominations which is currently done. I will now allow the administration, Mr. Kutsia, will print our ballot, the 2 names, and we will now break for 5 minutes. Thank you, sir. Mr. Kuching, don't get the ballot boxes. And the procedure of voting will be that we will start on my right-hand side and councillors will be able to vote. Mr. Kuching will hand you the ballot. We have 29 ballots. And if we move from the right-hand side, then you can just move up the left side and back to your seats. Thank you. We will now proceed. May I try to respond that we close the door? Thank you so much. Yeah.
Very much so.
Can't spell. No, why? That's What more? That's
There's any issues sent by any party representative, you know, the welcome, but it will come now. Thank you so much, Mr. Kutsia, for your assistance and for councillors. And sure that we are able to deal with that. The outcome of the voting is as follows. We have 2 spoiled ballots, 5 in favor of Councillor Kawaza and 3 voting in favor of Councillor Raymond. It is then this afternoon my honor and privilege to announce that the Executive Deputy Mayor for the Mossel Bay Municipality for the next 5 years will be Alderman Cliffy Payman. Please join me. Thank you so much, everybody. Executive Deputy Mayor. Please come to the stand. Alderman. now later on. I now ask that.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Speaker, Executive Mayor, Manager, all councillors, media. It gives me a great honor today standing here and to accept the position and as well as the responsibilities of the Deputy Mayor. It is indeed a humble occasion today, and I thank the Mayor for giving me the opportunity to be on the Executive Committee again, which is one of the criteria to apply for this position. So thank you for that belief and the Mr. Mayor to provide me with this opportunity again, and also to be for the third term in the same portfolio of planning and economic development. I also have to acknowledge the presence of my daughter. I'm a very proud father today to have my daughter with me. Unfortunately, my wife couldn't be here. But I have so many people to thank, which was on my path from 2011 up to now. And I'm not going to call names because that will take me the whole day. But what I can tell the council, and I just want to commit myself to the executive mayor as well, that the mayor put a contractual agreement there. And Mr. Mayor, I can assure you, and I can assure the council that I am fully committed to run with the mayor with this program. I believe that I will do my job to the best of my ability, and whenever I need to learn more, I will do. And anyone, as from the start of 2011, that crosses my path in my portfolio, the way that we run our portfolios, and I also have to thank my director, Carol Winter, for also allowing me to engage with the heads of the departments, which is a big step towards the claims that we got, that it got the speedy attention that it needs to. So at last, I just want to thank everybody again for the belief in me, all my colleagues, and as well as my party that give me the opportunity to stand here before today and be appointed as the Deputy Mayor of Mossel Bay. I thank you.
On behalf of the VA caucus, congratulate they shown us before I was acting when the mayor was not present and he's capable for purpose and do the job. He fulfill this position with dignity and grace. Many people, many other municipalities today will be jealous, be in this position, which we see how is it going in other municipalities. Came from the DA caucus. We, the DA, have very, very tough processes where we must go, where we must go, and you has made it. We as DA caucus are also very proud, and we will stand together as a team behind the whole executive and also after you and the mayor. We will take this municipality again as the #1 municipality in South Africa. Again, we congratulate you. I thank you.
Councillor Campbell. Part of the council as well as the city. Administration of it. I thank you, Councillor, for that.
Madam Speaker, behalf of the ANC, we congratulate the mayor, which is Elderman Cliffy Ben. We know he liked when he said he's there to take all the responsibility with his ability to save the people outside there. As you all know, here we are here now. There's 29 councillors. But however, outside there, the people there are waiting for their votes. They want to see things happening outside. I'm happy to say now, let us all go together outside to give the people what they expected of us. Gone are those days where we are going to say, Moselba is the town of the day in terms of cleanliness. Moselba is #1 in terms of order general. When you look outside, you only find that people are suffering, are hungry, and then it's a miserable condition outside there. That is why we say the mayor, executive mayor, and the deputy mayor, when the times come, they say, any word here, they want to see your face. I hope that not going to be the other person. And to want us to change the town in a way of nicer. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Next, is there anybody else who can think at this point?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Deputy Mayor, Deputy Mayor, I'm also very proud of what you achieved today. And I can tell you, I'm more proud because I know where you're coming from. When you started at ICOSA in 26, 27, 8, I know you will come one day, you will come somebody that everybody will talk about. And the proudest thing that happened today is your daughter. To mention your daughter is here, and I think for us, it's also a very, very proud day today. Good luck with your job, and I know you will serve the people of the whole Mossel Bay. Thank you for your achievement, big boss.
Thank you very much, Councillor Campbell. And Councillor Campbell, can we speak the line to Councillor Baron?
Congratulations, Koyman, Cliffy, Alderman, Deputy Mayor. Cliffy, from the side of the Freedom Front Plus, also we know you are a team man, and we know you will serve the position well. So from our side, as Freedom Front Plus, congratulations.
Thank you, Councillor Howard. Councillor Holt.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor, I just want to congratulate you on behalf of the ACDP and wish you well. It's a challenging position. I think I know that you're pretty much capable of fulfilling the role that you've stepped into. And I trust that God will guide you in it.
Thank you very much, Councillor Holt. Councillor Porter.
Thank you, Speaker. Lovely. Deputy Mayor, congratulations. I think you have shown that you are capable of doing it. Therefore, I want to extend my well wishes to you for your 5-year term. But after all, I want to invite you to join me and get things done. Thank you. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor Porter. Is there anybody else? I don't see a light. We then conclude that item for the day, and again, congratulations to our elected Deputy Mayor. Well, first on behalf of the full council. Item E291 on the agenda, the designation of a councillor to act in the absence of the executive mayor and executive deputy mayor. We had the recommendation on page 2096. The proposal in this draft.
Speaker,
Executive mayor, that you'll see.
as the Alderman Boyson mentioned, here is part of vigorous processes, and for the contestation of this position of Deputy Executive Mayor, there were 2 candidates from the VA who contested, which were Councillor Alderman Niklas Boyson and Alderman Cliffy Byman. And what we've seen since the announcement that we received yesterday afternoon was great statesmanship by Alderman Boyson. And the speech that he carried in here as well this morning, he did it on his own job. We did not ask to do that. So I firstly also want to congratulate him for the statesmanship and the sportsmanship in which he took the loss. There were only one position up for grabs in this state, or at that stage, and as we now know that Alderman Byman were the one from our side we announced as the PSR candidate, elect. So from my side also, I would gladly and with pride nominate our number 3 then, the Alderman Niklas Boyson.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. We have a seconder to the proposal of the Mayor.
Madam Speaker, I'll second.
Thank you very much. There's a seconder. Is there any counter proposal? None. It's unanimous. Alderman Niklas Boyson, you will be number 3 in terms of in the absence of the Deputy Mayor. Congratulations also. Submitted the list, the agency also, and it has been some recommendation to implement for instance, item. I asked for councillors.
Thank you. We've circulated and the other list, the section 8 and the 79, and then the statutory. Love to see all the nominations from all parties. As asked, made it a bit difficult. And I must just also mention that there's on the list there's a small error. The chairperson with 8 members. So on financial services and community services, there's a small error. And then I think on the district one also be the ANC councillor appointment district. I think that must also be changed there. Then we'll see that we made our proposal from the DA side, and we based that on the following. We all know that we work with the proportional system. So in the same manner that we've been allocated seats in council, we went through exactly that same exercise. So there's 9 positions on each and every committee, the section 8 and the 9 committees. And what we did is that we've calculated the DA received 66.24%, which give you a allocation of 5.96. The ANC 15.26%, which gives you an allocation of 1.37. So the remainder is smaller on the right hand side, and then the Freedom Front plus 5.42%, which gives them an allocation of 0.48. Because of 5.06% with an allocation of 0.45, the ACDP 2.8% with an allocation of 0.23, then the PA with an allocation of 2%, 0.01% with an allocation of 0.1. So for that reason, we're taking up 6 seats. We've got our names there, Madam Speaker. But the suggestion is then we've got 2 positions open on each and every section 80 committee and on the impact 79 as well. And then on the liquor bylaw 79, we've got the same calculation. There's 1 seat open, section 62 appeals 79. There's 1 position open, and on the water losses and code of conduct as well. So, Madam Speaker, my proposal would be in terms of the allocated positions or the unallocated positions that we grant the opposition parties a caucus. That's just a suggestion from my side. I'll tell them what to do. There is some of the lists that's been submitted, and maybe we should just hand that list to the opposition, then that they can do the allocation in regards of the open positions. Thank you, Madam Speaker. That's my proposal.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. Can I get a second of the Mayor?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I will second.
So, thank you, Councillor Delamain. Is there any counter proposal on the proposal of the Mayor at this stage? Okay, then just from my Councillor House, keep on your line. I will give you an opportunity now. Mayor, thank you for your proposal. Just in terms of the items on the agenda, your proposal spoke to both our section 80 committees, our section 79 committees, which is item E293, and then also the statutory committees, E294. Am I correct in understanding that we then deal with those 3 items and allow for appointments for the parties in terms of those 3 items? Can I just get your confirmation, Mayor? Councillor, can I just get the Mayor the light for? Thank you so much. Yes, Mayor.
Madam Speaker, yeah, that's correct. We can deal with the other items, but then hopefully the names are already allocated. But like I've mentioned, that's just a suggestion to call a caucus by the opposition. I cannot call it on their behalf. The other option, Madam Speaker, will be to then at the next council meeting, which is on the 25th, that we receive then the allocations of that names to complete those items. So that's just obviously the other option.
Thank you. I have a problem in granting the caucus, but I have 2 lights though, which I will allow for. Councillor House, you may proceed. Councillor Buddha, keep your light up after Councillor House.
Thank you, Speaker. It's not a counter proposal of the Mayor to the Mayor's proposal. I think it's just a comment. I am in full agreement with the allocation proportionally according for the financial community planning and so on, those committees, and all the statutory bodies as well. My concern is the same as in the previous term, though, with the impact, because it's an oversight committee. To stack the committee with the DA majority defeats the purpose, in my opinion, of an impact committee, which is oversight. So I'd just like that to go on the record that the ACDP would like to note that the impact committee is supposed to be a committee that works together, conducting oversight, and should never have to come down to voting when we sit in that committee. And in my opinion, it would have been better for the DA to have actually granted all opposition parties representation on the committee. I know we will be outvoted on it, but I'd like it granted. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Host, and I am standing correctly that the request of the mayor in terms of the discussion for the opposition parties are in order.
We'd like to be.
Okay, I'll grant that. I just need to finalize the discussion. Your input is noted. Thank you, Councillor House. Councillor Baron, can you please give the light to Councillor Buddha? Then you can switch on yours. After Councillor Buddha. Mayor, were you like on Mayor? Okay, then Councillor. In that order, thank you.
Not a counter proposal. It's correct what the mayor is saying when he said we submit our list, the office is there, but we like to be granted what we call caucus so that we can just go quickly to other staff, external board, and so on, so that they come back, so that everything is in order. Section 8 is 79 statutory and external board, so that we can finish now this committee.
Thank you, Councillor Buddha. Grant the caucus. Councillor Boyson. Can you give the line to Councillor Bell? Then you can switch on yours. Mayor, also like that. Okay, Councillor Bell, you can proceed.
Thank you, Councillor Boyson. Speaker, I concur with Councillor from the ACDP, Janetta House. I think in the past we also said that the oversight committee is not a committee where you vote. So at this stage for this meeting, we must also, by disagreement at this point, must also be part of the minutes. So we can at a later stage carry back to the council. But for now, I also want to get there. To finish this committees by the area of purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Baron. I wish to grant the focus. I just have a lot of people who wish to speak. So I've got now Alderman Royman. Your input is on record. Thank you, Mayor. I saw you twice. Are you happy with any like Councillor Carper?
Madam Speaker, now I submit my name to the first of the speaker, so you got my name where I want to serve on that committee. Yeah.
Thank you, Councillor Camper. I made copies of the list and I will hand that so that you have it when you go for your orders. Alderman Payman will, Alderman Boyson, Alderman Boyson will be the last speaker on this item, and then I will grant the causes.
Madam Speaker, through you to the opposition who was talking here, it looks like we do something illegal. They're talking about vote, if they talk about illegal vote, we are doing things illegal. Is it possible that our legal people can tell us is this committee which is made here, is it legal like this? I'm asking that because it looks like the ACDP we are doing illegal things.
Thank you, Alderman Boyson. Colleagues, I need to conclude with this point. Thank you very much.
Madam Speaker, just a follow-up. No, I want to let that legal say this is legal or illegal. I just want to know this.
Okay, your question is noted. Thank you. I will arrange for a response now. Mr. Steyn, you can get yourself ready to respond. Councillor Porter, you may proceed. Mr. Steyn, and then colleagues, you will conclude. I will not allow any further discussions on this point. Thank you. Councillor Porter.
Speaker, mine is sweet and simple. But I want to start to say, Councillor Boyce must relax. You see, this is a process. And I think even what we have here when it comes to impact, and we have these names, it's a fair process. Because the indication was very clear to submit the names, and what the DA has done is submit their names. I'm not saying this because I want to simply support the DA. But what I'm saying is that DA has done his work. So relax, Councillor Boyce. Furthermore, I want to also agree with the ACDP and the Freedom Front Plus, if that is the case, as they've alluded to in terms of what impact is supposed to constitute. And I want to align myself as a Patriotic Alliance with that notion. And respectfully expect of the DA to grant us this opportunity also to be fairly representative on impact. Thank you very much.
You Councillor Porter, it's not in the text. This time can you respond to Councillor Porter? You like Councillor Porter?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Can you respond to the question of Alderman Wilson?
Thank you, Speaker. Yes, I can just confirm that legal services have perused all the three items concerned with the relation of the committees, and legal services are satisfied that it does conform to the legal requirements.
Thank you, Mr. Stein. I conclude the discussion. I've made copies available on the list. I would like to add the one to your list. Councillor House, yours are quite very simple. I don't know if you want a copy, but I have one. Councillor Campbell, you want yours? There's a copy for you. Can I get an indication? Will 15 minutes from now be sufficient for such a discussion? 15. There's 15 minutes Councillor Jones for a purpose of minutes.
Speaker. Speaker. Hello, Speaker. 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 Anyone? Director Fenter.
I think we on the laptop is quiet on their side, Director Yankees.
So we can only talk to each other.
Yes, we can only talk to each other. So we can actually have a fat party and conversation and they wouldn't know.
Oh my word. Director Fenter, do you know this?
Is die meeting nou voorbij?
No, they've got a caucus.
Wow.
So if they ask us something, we won't be able to answer.
Sounds like it, yes. And that's if we've heard the question.
Yeah, but colleagues, is there a, where is the speaker there? I'm talking about the mic. Where is the mic?
The mics aren't working. That's why they've got one speaker at the camera only.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and we're not actually on Teams. We're actually on the YouTube link.
Yeah, but generally it should.
Yeah, they've set it up differently. I will just get final confirmation in terms of how they set it. Yuri, can you assist us? Yuri? Yuri? It seems like Yuri can't hear us either. So guys, don't skinner on this platform that the public might just hear us. I don't know.
You engaging. You just keep quiet.
Okay. Bye.
councillors, if I can get your attention, everybody's back. So now it's open council. And I would like to ask that the caucus feedback and our will lead us in. Councillor House, you may proceed.
And our speaker. After discussions, Speaker, we're starting at the first committee, Finance Committee, Councillor Liebenberg, Community Services, Councillor Baron, Community Safety, Councillor Liebenberg, Planning and Economic Development Services, Councillor House, Infrastructure Services, Councillor Comfort, Corporate and Governance Services, Councillor Porter. And then we've taken a look at the MPAC committee. If we may have two positions, it would be Councillor House and Councillor Porter, but that will obviously be dependent on what the ANC chooses regarding MPAC. And then on the Liquor Bylaw Section 79 Committee, Councillor Comfort, the Appeals Committee, Councillor Comfort, the Code of Conduct Committee, Councillor Porter. The statutory body, EE, Councillor Porter. The LLF, Councillor Comfort. Training, Councillor Baron. Language Forum, Councillor Liebenberg. And then, if possible, after discussion with the Mayor on the Sport Liaison Committee, Councillor Comfort or body, and then on the Disaster Management body, Councillor Liebenberg, and then on the CPA body, Councillor Baron. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Councillor House. Can I get a seconder for that proposal in terms of the caucus feedback?
Secondary, Councillor Baron.
Thank you very much, Councillor Baron. Councillor House, if I understand your proposal, then under Section 80s, the ANC will have, with regards to your discussion, they will have one representative, and then the names that you've just carried in will be the other names in terms of what you decided. Am I correct in my understanding?
Speaker, you are, if I understood the vacancies as they've been explained, which I think is correct, then the ANC will get 2 seats representation on the committee proportionally, and the other parties 1. Thank you.
Councillor Buddha, can I just get confirmation, and then the executive mayor, we can just go back to your first proposal. Councillor Buddha.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in the comment of Section 8 comes. I'm not going to read out the representatives, and we've got second. As I read all these things, must I hand over just the list to save time?
No, please read it.
Okay. Let us go to the Financial Committee, and then we've got Natpalo Waza. Yes, I could just rather than pound. Community service. Report witness, holder, report councillor, as to rule. Community Safety Committee. Report Spabolo Tubula and Tulare Matches. Planning Economic Development, Port Swandi Lemkonto and Apollo Waza. Infrastructure of Technical Report, Ms. Water and Tulare Matches. First, we must have. If the corporate government services report, Tulare Matches, Spabalo Tubula. And then you come to the Section 79 point. But blah. We've got Waza, the MPEC. Liquor bylaws. What's about the rule? Section 62 appeal. But council and Zandile condom. Water losses. For witness voter. Code of conduct. What's to let the Nelson Majesty. In the district. For Zandile condom. Statutory structure. What's to let the Majesty. Local labor forum. Report. Training. Zandile condom. Language forum. Witness voter. Selection. Random content. Social regeneration, those they are using tax and everything and so on. No problem was urban regeneration committee. Student emergency. As I go on.
Councillor Buddha, can I just get, before you go on to your other committees, can I just get the line for the executive mayor? Thank you very much. Executive mayor, we have the feedback from Councillor Toss and the ANC.
Okay, thank you, Speaker. Yeah, it's the allocation is only up to the statutory and the committee. And then, then the other committees is people representing me. So that's not open for any new positions. But I'll have the discussion with Councillor Gous afterwards. That's not a problem. But in terms of the allocation, in terms of the Section 80, I think we can finalize that item if the names that we received by Councillor Buddha is serving on the committee. And then the second name is the Sekundi, because then that committee is full. So I think we can finalize that item, if I understand it correctly. Then the Section 79, then I suppose we've got a problem there because we've got only 4 seats. So there's only 1 position open on each and every seat, Madam Speaker. And then I can just, we've also focused while the opposition were in focus, and as just as a matter or good gesture after we've listened to the debate in here, we've allowed for them for 4 opposition parties to serve on the impact. So we've removed Councillor Botha from our list. So from our side, it's then the chairperson, Councillor Baron, and then Councillor van Rensburg, Barker, Bumbukana, and Mayaba. So there's another 3 spots open. But in terms of the other committees, then unfortunately, then between the opposition parties, there's only 1 seat open per committee. Same with the statutory, but I think we can finalize the Section 80 space if I understood the input from the ANC.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councillor Gous, then just back to your caucus feedback that you've given with regards to what the ANC is proposing 2 names. And then also your caucus feedback is now also additional 1 name.
Speaker, the way I understood it was that on each of the Section 80 committees, that there would be 3 spots open, but it looks like it's only 2.
Can we just get that confirmation, Mayor? From your proposal, Executive Mayor. So, Councillor Gous, the confirmation is for the Section 80s, there are 2 spots open, and that's why we allow for the caucus in terms of the discussion for between the parties in terms of who will represent.
Speaker, then if I may make a proposal via you to the ANC, is that the ANC take up 1 seat on each committee, and amongst the other opposition parties, ACDP, Patriotic Alliance, ICOS, and Freedom Front, we then take up 1 seat, which is what I proposed when I brought in the motion, brought in our caucus decision, is 1 name per Section 80 committee. That is, unless the ANC wants to take 2 seats on a committee, and then I don't think proportionally we work out correctly either, because currently it's now 6 out of 8 seats for the DA then. And that's more than 66%. I think. Yeah.
Just a matter of clarity, Madam Speaker, there is 9 positions per Section 80 committee.
Okay, thank you.
So that is-
These only 8 more today. Okay.
But yeah, there was a numbering issue, so it's 8 plus this chairperson. Madam Speaker, we also added, we received the ANC with 222 on each, and we had the allocation like that as they've submitted, but that's why we decided to refer it back, because the problem came in the fact that they qualify for 1.37. It is the biggest, but amongst yourself, you must decide if you're happy then with the allocation. They've submitted 2 names per committee, so if everybody's happy with that, we just didn't want to cause a fight because of the allocation on that side. It's not our fight. That's why we decided that the opposition decide on their own. But you're quite correct. They can take up 2, but like I said, wanted you to decide on that.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for the clarity. Councillor House, I will conclude with this point. Councillor House and Councillor Buddha. Am I then correct in my understanding of the proposal? What you have submitted, your names, Stan, and the 2 names from the ANC for the Section 80. That's correct. Councillor House.
Speaker will accept it like that as well, yes.
Thank you very much, Executive Mayor. In terms of your proposal, it seems as if it should not be unanimous.
Madam Speaker, thank you. Then I propose that we accept the item, then with the proposal of the Section 80 committees.
Thank you. Can I get a seconder for the proposal, Mayor? Councillor Wu. I second, thank you. Thank you very much, Councillor Wu. We then conclude with item 3. And thank you, councillors, for your cooperation. We now at E293, the appointment of Section 79 committees. In terms of the recommendation, then can I get a proposal, please? This is the Mayor, everybody.
Madam Speaker, yes, so on the impact, then I think that is fine. The names that we've received. And then the only problem is then on the liquor, the Section 62, the water losses, and the code of conduct. There's only 1 seat open on each of that. And then on the 2 statutory also, there's only 1 seat open. So there's now been both groupings have submitted names. So my suggestion would be that one have just another caucus to sort that out, then Speaker.
Is there a seconder then for the proposal of the Mayor?
I'll second, thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor House. 5 minutes submission. We then break a 5-minute caucus. Thank you. It's Councillor Buddha.
It's matters we're going to talk about here.
Okay. Councillor Buddha, there's a caucus, so can Councillor House, if you can introduce. Yes, you can, maybe for 5 minutes. Thank you, councillors. Thank you. We now move to our agenda. Close the council. Is that the feedback on the caucus, Councillor House?
Thank you, Speaker. Councillor Comfort on the Vicar bylaw, Councillor Baron on Section 62 appeal, and Councillor Porter on code of conduct. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there a seconder for that proposal?
Councillor Baron, second.
Thank you very much. Councillors, your light on.
behalf of the ANC, say that as we agree, I don't opposition. If the other opposition as the name and the rest is for us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Councillor. Thank you, Councillor.
Madam Speaker, yes, thank you very much. I think so. With the
Thank you very much. It's unanimous. Councillors, we are on page 2099, item P294, the appointment of statutory committees. We have our recommendation on page 2100. Can I please have a proposal in this block?
Madam Speaker, yes, if I understood it then correctly, the ANC is taking back seats, am I understanding correctly? And then I suppose we will just need the names, but I suppose that can be also then just added in that administration. Perfect, thank you. Then I propose Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Is there a seconder for the Mayor? Madam Speaker, I second. Thank you, Councillor LaRue. It's been unanimous in terms of our appointments of the statutory committees. Thank you, councillors. We are in at item P295, the appointment of councillors on other committees and our recommendation. Can I please ask for proposal?
Madam Speaker, yes, I propose then that we, as indicated on the list, that the item.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. Is there a proposed seconder for the proposal of the Mayor? Second, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Councillor LaRue. It's been unanimous. Thank you very much, Councillor. On page 2102, item 3296, appointment of councillors as representatives on external bodies. We have our recommendation. And I ask for a proposal this as well. Item E296, the appointment of councillors as representatives of external bodies. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I was already at the next item, sorry. I propose that to accept the item.
Can I get a seconder for the proposal of the Mayor as per the list?
Madam Speaker, I will please amend.
Thank you, Councillor De La Main. Do we have a counter proposal? None, it's unanimous. Thank you very much, Executive Mayor. We are on item E297, availing community halls statistics essay for 2022 census preparation. The recommendation for the item is on page 2103, points 1 to 5. And I please have a proposal in this regard.
Madam Speaker, I propose that I hope this time they will count us correct. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, noted. Thank you, Alderman Boyson, for that proposal.
Madam Speaker, I will second this proposal.
Thank you very much, Councillor Furness. Is there any counter proposal on this item? see no indication, the item is then unanimous. Councillors, before we adjourn, there's just two announcements that I would like to make.
I want to carry in the motion of incidents. I'd like to ask the acting manager and
Remember, there's a motion. That's on the rules.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. The purpose of this motion is to bring it under the attention of Council that Mr. Burent, the acting municipal manager, wishes to apply for the vacant municipal manager post, and as such cannot be involved in the process of filling the post. It is hereby moved that the motion to which attention has been directed by considered forthwith as a matter of exigence. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. Is there a seconder for that proposal?
I'll second, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. In counter proposal? I see no indication. Executive, proceed.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. In terms of item 36 of the inaugural council meeting held on 10 November 2021, it was resolved as followed. At point 4, that the acting municipal manager be mandated to administer the selection process, included the appointment of a service provider, and then point 6.3, an expert to be nominated by the acting municipal manager and service provider in consultation with the executive mayor. It has come to this office's attention that Mr. Burent, the acting municipal manager, wishes to apply for the vacant post and as such cannot be involved in the process as per the council resolution that we took at our first council meeting. It is therefore proposed that the Director of Corporate Services be mandated by council to administer the process and that he replaces the acting municipal manager in the resolution taken. Council must also take note that the vacant post has been advertised on the 15th of November 2021 and that it closes on 3 December 2021. Madam Speaker, so the recommendation read as follows: that it be noted that Mr. Burent, the acting municipal manager, wishes to apply for the vacant municipal manager post, and then point 2, that resolutions 4 and 6.3 of item 36 of the inaugural council resolution taken on 10 November 2021 be amended as follows. That the Director of Corporate Services be mandated to administer the selection process, included the appointment of the service provider, and then 6.3, an expert to be nominated by the Director of Corporate Services and service provider in consultation with the executive mayor. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I so propose.
Thank you, Executive Mayor. Is there a seconder for the proposal of the mayor?
Madam Speaker, I so second.
Councillor Botha, thank you very much. Is there any counter proposal in terms of what the mayor proposed on the motion? None. It's unanimous. We conclude that as per the recommendation, then we will submit this to the administration. Thank you so much. That concludes the motion. Councillors, in terms of our rules of order, for 14 notice of meetings, I would say inform council that our scheduled council meeting for the 25th of November are being moved to December 2021. The venue will be in the council chamber. We will now proceed from this venue to the town hall for our official photo session that has been scheduled. Every council must please we have made arrangements, and unfortunately we will not on the next occasion allow another photo sessions. I have arranged with the administration. Thank you so much, Mr. Kutsia, that every councillor will then at the town hall receive the council agenda. Thank you very much. I also hear
Madam Speaker, so for the short notice of this council meeting, I see you up by issuing the agendas 2 weeks prior to the next one.
Ons wenkens burgemeester, baie dankie. Raadslede, baie dankie vir die tyd en gees wat ons die vergadering kan nou ons vandaag. Baie dankie, ons almal wat weer dan aan die stadsaal.
Nou sy collega's ons hoef seker in die stadsaal toe te gaan nie.
Wat gaan hulle nou daar maak?
Hulle gaan foto's neem.
O.
Ek dink hulle kon mos nie die amptelike foto's neem voordat hulle nie onderburgemeester aangewys het nie.
We are currently being broadcasted on YouTube.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying they're going to take photos because they couldn't do it before the deputy mayor was appointed.
Yes.
Is dit the meeting of the 25th? It's
going on.
Sorry?
There is a council meeting on the 25th.
Oh, I thought I couldn't hear the last one. I thought it was shifted to somewhere in December, so I couldn't hear that clearly. Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, colleagues.
Bye, everybody.